Welcome. My name is Travis Van Dyke, and I'm a solution consultant with Guidewire. Joining me is Ben Geyer, InsuranceNow product manager. Ben, I just want to start and thank you for joining my blue shirt, blue background brigade. So we're real original with our attire here today. All
Yeah,
right.
good. You got the memo to make sure we match our backgrounds. That's good.
Yeah. We're going to kick off today with about 15 minutes on Guidewire analytics within InsuranceNow and how the two combined make your core platform even smarter. After that, Ben is going to share with you the future of Guidewire analytics within InsuranceNow. Now, just to start or begin, let's talk a little bit about InsuranceNow and its overall design, specifically that it was designed to be complete, but not complex. And this is important because from its inception, InsuranceNow was designed as a single system. So there's one single source of data stored in a single database. This means InsuranceNow operates as one across all your major operational functions, such as policy, billing, and claims. Collectively, this benefits you by allowing for faster implementations, faster upgrades, faster training rollouts, and just overall ease of use. And because InsuranceNow was built as a complete platform, you get all the things you're seeing here plus many more. So at the top, what you're seeing is our digital layer, which includes our portals and APIs. In the middle, you can see all the common core components that you need to run your daily business, such as policy, billing, and claims, rating, all of that. And finally, at the bottom, you see what we're going to talk about today, which is our analytics tools. That includes predictive analytics and business intelligence. And I'm really excited to say that both are now embedded directly into InsuranceNow. And I'll show you that in a little bit. Now, before we start, I want to ask you a question. That is your business running on gut decisions? I'm going to pause a moment and just let you think about that. Now, we know that your teams are experienced and have made many great decisions to make your organization successful so far. But what if you could actually provide analytics when it is needed most to make a more informed decision? This would really make your teams brilliant in the moment. And that is why at Guidewire, we believe analytics tools should be designed to be presented to your users in their everyday workflows and make them smarter in every moment. Within analytics, we feel that business intelligence and predictive analytics are two fundamental components of a core system to enable a smarter insurance operation. And with embedded analytics, we can help you optimize your claims operations, improve underwriting profitability, and guide smart decision-making across your core processes. So let's dig into that more. And first, take a look at each of those two components I talked about, which the first one is embedded business intelligence. So we utilize Looker to embed dashboards and reports directly into the core environment. So you don't need to access a different system to get to this business intelligence. We also built dashboards that come out of the box for all your personas so they can see what actually matters to them. So there's claims dashboards for claims users, even agent dashboards so they can get information on their book of business with you. And all of this delivers actionable information that helps make a more informed business decision. So that's business intelligence. We also leverage predictive analytics to enable a smarter core system. And what I mean by that is we've really targeted specific business problems that everyday users experience within their workflows, and then we present them with insights and knowledge that guide that decision-making. And as you can see here, we've already built use cases that really cover the entire policy lifecycle from your initial rating all the way to your renewal. And in addition to these specific use cases, you can also bring your own model. That means that you can leverage our predictive analytics framework, and the use cases are really endless. So what you just saw was the policy side. I don't want to leave out claims. As you can see here, some of the common use cases we've seen for claims include claim segmentation, early warning for high severity claims, I'll show you that in a second, as well as litigation and subrogation detection. And while we have example use cases for both policy and claims, we're really just scratching the surface. The key takeaway is that the existing suite of solutions clearly demonstrates Guidewire's capabilities in developing, deploying, and monitoring predictive analytics solutions into your core environment, ultimately making it smarter and providing measurable value to you, our customers. Now, I want to show you a couple of those examples in action, specifically how those analytics are embedded directly into InsuranceNow. Before I do that, I just want to introduce you to a couple of characters. The first is Emily. So we're going to take on her role in just a moment and use Guidewire Analytics to better understand some large claim losses her team is experiencing. This includes the use of analytics to do a little root cause analysis to find the source of that problem. After that, we're going to take on the role of an adjuster and really see how to leverage predictive analytic insights directly within that adjuster's workflow. Okay, let's move over to InsuranceNow. So here I am logging in as Emily, our executive. As I do that, you might recognize right away that this is directly within InsuranceNow. Emily has access to all of her menus up here at the top, her quick access menu on the right, as well as her inbox of tasks. And since she's in the executive level, she can also see all the claims open work as well as underwriting open work. Now she lands on this dashboard page. And this is awesome because right here, Emily can begin to see insights and business intelligence specific to a dashboard she might want to see. Now we can show different dashboards to different users. In this case, Emily has chosen the claim profile by product. Now to do our root cause analysis, what we're going to do is actually take a look at personal auto line and see why there's being some large loss claims that her team, is having some stress over. They're not able to get on to those quickly, and they really want to start to get those in the right hands. I'm going to start doing that root cause analysis by looking at our paid loss trend. And I just deselected all of our other lines of business because we want to focus on personal auto. And what I can see in this bar chart is that our claims have sort of ramped up and they continue to trend slightly upwards. So it's good information for Emily. She knows that their paid loss is increasing. Further down here in our claims ratios in percentages by product, if we take a look at the second column here, the percentage closed paid that are less than or equal to $1,000, and take a look down here at personal auto, we can see that almost 60% of personal auto claims paid out are less than $1,000. So that's also good information. Now let's come back up here to our claim severity by product. And I'm just going to hover over our personal auto bar. And here Emily can see what the potential problem, or at least a point of the problem is. And that is that the average paid loss on personal auto is almost $4,000. So $3,942 in this case. So it's almost 4 times what most claims are paid out. So something is really bringing up that average. Now, Emily can actually click into this particular dashboard and really start to have a conversation with her data. Now, the first thing that we'll do here is Emily has a hunch that it has something to do with the coverage on the personal auto policy. So I'm going to go down here into my data table and click on personal auto and select a filter on personal auto. That's going to bring it up here in my filters. Let's go ahead and just remove this from our table since we know all of our claim severity, we're looking strictly at personal auto now that we've filtered by it. Now we simply come over here into our dimensions and measures, and I'm going to begin to type coverage. I can scroll down and find that particular dimension. In this case, coverage is right here. I'll go ahead and click on it, and it's going to bring it over into my table. This is pretty straightforward. So I'll go ahead and run that query. I'm going to get by coverage, what is the average claim severity for each coverage? And now that I got my data back, I'm going to just find a way to look at it in a more visually appealing way. So I'll come over here to my visualization and we'll take a look at it in this table format, which gives us horizontal bar charts and it's heat mapped. Now, right away, Emily can see up here at the top, this BISL, which stands for Bodily Injury Split Limit, has an average claim severity loss of 21,000. So over 5 times the amount of the average claim loss on all personal auto policies. So this is alarming to Emily. She now knows just by digging into this data that her claims team is probably caught off guard by these, and they really need to get their best adjusters on these claims, as well as just alert their claims users when they might have a high severity claim specific to bodily injury on a claim. So to actually do that, Emily's going to utilize Guidewire Predictive Analytics. And let's transition now and take on the role of an adjuster and see how exactly that alerts that adjuster within their own workflow. So I'm now logged in as an adjuster, and I'm going to go ahead and take a look at this new claim assignment for Wreckham Ralph. And our adjuster has just got information that has let us know that our third party has actually lost some work as a result of this accident. Now we land on our claim overview screen, and right away I can see that this was a 2-vehicle collision. It looks like our insured Wreckham Ralph has rear-ended another car at the light. But I really want to focus down here in our claim severity escalation for auto bodily injury. Now, this is actually telling our adjuster in its current form This particular claim, based on all your previous claims, our predictive analytics engine is actually saying that this claim is a low severity claim and it has a loss estimate about $3,700, so pretty close to our personal auto average. But we need to update the claim. We need to let this particular, or update this particular claim to indicate that our third party, Sarah in this case, has actually lost some work. So I'm going to come down here to our third party injury information. And the only thing I'm going to change here is I'm going to check our loss of work box. And it looks like in this particular case, our third party had some whiplash with some neck pain. So now that I've updated the loss of work, let's go ahead and finalize this claim and see our predictive analytics engine ping us back in real time. So as I do that, right away on my claim closeout screen is my adjuster. I see that my claim severity escalation for auto bodily injury is now changed from a low severity priority to a medium severity. It's also telling me that my action should no longer be processed normally, but instead evaluate for referral to a supervisor. Additionally, my loss estimate has more than doubled from $3,600 to $8,400. So as an adjuster, right away, I know, hey, maybe that I need to get this to a more experienced adjuster or contact my management to get some help to try to mitigate this loss. But not only does it do that and inform our adjuster, but as I process this and come down to this claims task, it's already automatically alerted our claims management team. So this highlighted task you're seeing here is actually indicating that this is a potential high severity loss for Reckham Ralph, and it's created a task for our claims management group. So not only did our adjuster get real-time information, but we've also immediately alerted our management team. Now, that was the claim side. I do also want to quickly show something on the policy side. We do have specific use cases across both policy claims and other areas, but this is another example of a concept of predictive analytics being leveraged on a bot policy. Specifically, this is utilized for manual rate adjustment. So when an underwriter has a policy, this predictive analytics tool is actually going to go out and it's going to tell our underwriter, based on all their other business, what the profitability is, any customer retention warnings, and it's going to give them actual predictor values and the influence of those values on this particular policy. Additionally, now our underwriter can go back and manually change the premium to more in line and improve your overall profitability from an underwriting perspective. So let's now jump back. And before I wrap up this portion, what you just saw was Emily, our executive, utilizing her business intelligence tools to complete a root cause analysis and quickly learn more so that she is better able to leverage analytics to understand their business. From there, she took the step to utilize predictive analytics to help her claims team. And then you saw her claims team get real-time embedded insights directly into their workflow so they could get their most experienced adjusters assigned to those higher financial impact claims. And all of this comes with real-world benefit. One example I'll share with you before passing back to Ben is a carrier that leveraged Guidewire predictive analytics to manage claim severity. As you can see here, they were able to address large claims faster and ultimately go from an underwriting loss to an underwriting profit in just 4 years. So I'll leave you with that. I need to give Ben some time, so I'm going to pass it over to you, Ben.
Great. Thanks, Travis. Yeah, it's really cool seeing all this cool analytics we're putting into the product, shown in a real world use case. Really cool stuff. So Travis just showed us some existing analytics capabilities in InsuranceNow. I'm going to talk a little bit about the future vision of analytics for InsuranceNow, which is closely tied to the broader Guidewire analytics strategy. So Guidewire Analytics is a whole specialization within Guidewire, and we want to leverage that work for the benefit of InsuranceNow customers as well. So before we dig in, we're talking about vision and direction here, not necessarily specific features or timing. So this is slide just saying the things we're talking about here are in various stages of research and development. All right, so let's talk about the business problem here first, right? It's good to have a business problem that we're solving. There's a quote here from McKinsey. It says, insurers collect a wealth of data, but few have found a way to monetize this asset. So this was written by McKinsey in 2017, but fast forward to 2021, this is still a true statement. So why is it still a true statement? Well, the main reason is that all the data must be rationalized and harnessed before it can be used, right? Insurers are spending the majority of their time cleaning and curating data, which is just the first step in getting value from the data. to really get value, you must find ways to use it right across policy and billing and claims activities to improve your business outcomes. But to accomplish this, it requires the right technology and tools and the ability to operationalize those outcomes. And this is where Guidewire Analytics can really help. So Guidewire Analytics is a closed loop analytics platform. What does that mean? Well, I'll talk about it a little bit here. This is made up of 4 key components. I'll talk briefly about what these components are, and then we'll dig a little deeper into each one and explain the vision to make analytics part of the InsuranceNow platform using this closed loop analytics platform. So the first component is leveraging your data. And you need to unlock the data you already have so you can make future decisions based on historical data by doing contextual analysis to look at risks you have written in the past and how it compares to similar ones today. The second component is enriching your insight. How can you take the immense amount of data out in the outside world today and combine it with your data to give you even further insights, or even use syndicated data to compare yourself with your peers? And the third component is embedding intelligence. So having valuable data is not useful unless you can bring it into workflows where a person can utilize the information to make decisions. And lastly, learn continuously. To close the analytics loop, the models need to continuously learn to improve over time. All right, so let's dig a little deeper into each one of these. Let's start back with leverage your data. To enable good analytics, you need good data and a solid data platform that can collect data from various sources. So let's talk about what we're doing around data to enable analytics. Now, we know that 70 to 80% of effort required to build analytics is collecting and curating the data. And Guidewire is introducing the new Guidewire data platform that will be a central platform for managing and servicing data. It'll simplify the collecting and curating of data, access to your data, and getting insights to your data. So the top of the slide here shows the current InsuranceNow data pipeline utilizing the data service to populate Redshift for reporting and business intelligence. The future vision is to have the same data service populate the new Guidewire data platform, which will enable many things such as being able to import third-party data or legacy data, creating and publishing curated data sets, as well as tools for easily accessing your data. And from an analytics perspective, by having a common platform that analytics models will be built on top of, it will enable models to be much more easily plugged into InsuranceNow. All right, now we've discussed the data platform and leveraging your data. Let's dive into the next component of the closed loop platform. Enriching your insights. So leveraging your own data is only part of the story, right? By accessing external data sources, you can glean even further insights to make better decisions and understand your risks. There are 2 Guidewire analytics capabilities that we'll be looking to leverage in InsuranceNow in the near future. One is Science for Small Business, and the other one is Compare. Let's look at each one of these capabilities. Science for Small Business captures non-obvious and behavioral data and returns risk factors for better underwriting of small business. For underwriting small business, the information on the Accord and the supplemental applications is really inadequate to fully understand a risk's susceptibility to loss. Now, science draws from 150 different risk factors and seeks to display 15 to 20 of the most relevant data points to enrich the underwriter's understanding of every submission that they review. Some candidate risk factors include business attributes such as prior violations, consumer sentiment, hours of operation, proximity to emergency services, as well as neighborhood attributes like lifestyle behaviors, crime, sentiment, healthcare accessibility. And then these risk factors are compared your business to its peers. So underwriters in InsuranceNow will be able to see a science data displayed in a way that enables them to get a fuller picture of an account than what is provided on an underwriting application, and then make underwriting decisions accordingly.
I really love that, Ben. I know prior to Guidewire, I was on the agency side, and we literally used to have people that would scour the internet and try to find these different data points. And now science just does all that and probably does a much more thorough job as well.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of power under the hood here to bring all that stuff to your fingertips to really save a lot of time and bring a lot of information to the forefront. So it's good stuff. All right, the second product I want to talk about here is Guidewire Compare. So Compare is a claims benchmarking application that allows you to compare your claims performance against those of your peers. It provides a list of useful business metrics that compares your company to a chosen benchmarking group. Now, Compare uses anonymized syndicated data, meaning insurers contribute data in an anonymous fashion to create the data set that drives the analytics. Compare allows for powerful filtering capabilities. You can choose specific lines of businesses, coverages, locations, dates, loss causes, claim statuses. Then the app will go find the claims and only the claims that meet that exact criteria for both your own company and then the comparison group, which is very useful if you want to ask, real world business questions such as, how does my subrogation recovery performance compare historically against my peers for a personal auto line of business, let's say. So it gives you an apples to apples comparison of like claims, not entire companies or lines of businesses. All right, now we've discussed a little bit about enriching your data. Let's move to the third component of the closed loop analytics platform. Embedded intelligence. So having valuable data is not useful unless you can bring it into the workflows where a person can utilize the information to make better decisions, right? So the ability to embed these analytics capabilities is where they can ultimately deliver actionable information that helps make informed business decisions. So Travis already showed some existing embedded analytics capabilities in InsuranceNow, such as the embedded looker dashboards and predictive analytics that allow you to make automated decisions or enable business users to make more informed decisions. We continue to deliver new embedded dashboards and reports. So some dashboards that we are currently considering are dashboards around task and work management, as well as user authority reports. These are topics that were highly requested at our recent Connections conference. And another example of embedded intelligence is the science dashboard that I showed earlier that visualizes the risk factors returned by external data sources to allow for better underwriting. The final component to close the analytics loop is continuous learning of the analytics models underlying all these engines and platforms. The models need to continuously learn to improve over time. As more data is produced over time, it is continuously fed back into the model so they can improve and insights can get better and ultimately make insurers brilliant in the moment. So these are the 4 things that are keys to this closed loop analytics platform. And Guidewire Analytics is another example of InsuranceNow customers benefiting from the work being done at the broader Guidewire level. And you'll continue to see InsuranceNow leveraging platforms to add real value for InsuranceNow customers.
Thanks, Ben. That's really exciting stuff. I also really like that compare tool. I think in the industry, we always want to compare ourselves to our competitors and look at industry benchmarks, but this gives us really granular detail. For example, comparing a policy risk exposure to another one and kind of how that might turn out from a profitability and claims perspective. So those are tools I don't think, really anyone has yet. And it's exciting to see those coming to InsuranceNow. So I really want to thank everyone for their time today and attention. Ben and I really appreciate that, and we really hope you enjoy the rest of your Connections Reimagined. Thanks, Ben.
Thanks, Travis.